Hey patrons, and welcome back for another process video. Today is episode T, and I have this photo here, which is my boyfriend and I at I'd call it a sort of a museum, and it's called Top of the World. It's in Baltimore, and it's part of the World Trade Center organization there, and they have like a 360 view on one of the floors of their building, so it's called Top of the World. And you can pay and go up there to see the inner harbor and all that stuff. Did you guys hear that? That's one of the newest cuts with my new blade on my trimmer. I posted about that in the Discord chat, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm pulling out these Pink Fresh Studio papers from the BU collection as my background. I thought this would go well with the items in my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. Now I was kind of thinking of doing a crooked layout, but now I'm thinking not so much. I'm not really feeling it. It's like way too steep of an angle. I've done like this angle before, but this angle's quite steep. We'll think about it. I also have this one from the BU collection. Not sure if I wanted to use that one, but I pulled it out just so I could have it. Now I want to make sure that we're stamping on this layout, so I'm not sure what stamp sets I want to use yet. Haven't used this one on anything this round. Thinking we could do some background stamping with these arrows. Try to see if I have any other thin stamps that I could do that with. But it's looking like that's the only icon, sort of. Like a border stamp set would be good for the idea I have today. I'm going to pull this out. I think we're going to do some testing on some stamp colors. Now, as for matching it with my collections that I've pulled out from my embellishment kit, that's going to be a little harder. I know not exactly all of these colors are in there. We might also run some ribbon across to get more of this yellow color. Okay, this one sort of matches. Okay, so I'll pull out this one as a layer. And this is from the Goldenrod collection, if you guys have not seen the kit share video yet. This one does not really go. No. Still haven't used any of these cut-aparts. I hate small cut-aparts like this because I always mess up cutting them up. And then I feel like I can't use them because I really botch them. So let's see what we have here. This is why I brought in another 12x12 paper, because I knew the layers might not work well with the 6x6s I have pulled out. But that's the challenge, is to use these. So I'm looking at these first. I wish this matched a little bit better. I don't think any of these ones are going to end up matching. Yeah, this is definitely a dark mauvey pink, which doesn't really match these ones at all. I could probably pull off this one. Could probably also do that alphabet one. Especially if I do the stamping, I think this will work well. Even though it's just like a vintage gray, not exactly white or anything. This polka dot seems to match this. I also can't tell if this is black or navy. And I don't know why my lighting is like this, like it's not. Let me try moving this light. There we go. See how dark it is over here? Let me try the settings of my camera. Did that make it better? It might also just be because I'm blinded by the sunshine coming in right now through the window behind the camera. So I think that's all I'm going to pull out are those two, but essentially I wanted something to stamp on. So I'm going to use those as my basis. Now, what if I stamped in color? Because this month is all about stamping. I'm going to move these over. I was thinking I want to grab that ribbon first too. I was thinking of using one of these ribbons. I can't find the end of this top one here. I found the other end, but where's the top? There it is. So this matches pretty okay with that. So like running strips of this along would be really fun. So I'm going to cut some of these because I'm trying to use up some of this ribbon. It'd be really fun to finish that off. I know a lot of us have ribbon and we don't necessarily love to use it, but we still have it. Maybe just the 2 strips. I feel like I need 3 though to really make it like look like it was on purpose. And it'd be nice to finish this off. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to leave the scraps on this one. I think I'll just... Oh, this got bent. I didn't even notice this paper was bent. Oops. There's going to be a lot left, though. I'll trim it, but this will probably end up going in my garbage after this kit is over. But I like the look of that. I'm going to... I don't want to glue those down yet because, again, I wanted to do some test stamping with some ink colors. Now, as you guys know, I did a video for my photo pack tier about inventorying your supplies. And I have recently gotten brand new sets of distress inks, so my supply inventory is not done. And I still have not done my swatch book, but I really, really want to. So please yell at me to do my swatch book. Ask me to do my swatch book. Okay, so I can either do this blue or this blue because they both need to be repeated on here a bit more just so I can bring in more of that teal color. So I'm trying to find my best teal option. And I don't own all my distress inks, so I can't even even ask for a recommendation because I might not have it. And I also have these Hampton Art inks I wouldn't mind trying. Like that one might be a good match for that color. Peacock Feathers won't be dark enough for this one. This is a very deep teal. I feel like I've lifted all of these up twice now. This one's too navy. These are all yellows on the side here. And this one's going to be too bright for that. Yeah, I definitely think this one's going to be better. It's like an ocean breeze color here, whereas this one's so dark. But maybe I should just go for a faded look instead. Or should I stamp in red instead? Because I have this like burnt coral color, which reminded me of worn lipstick, but I don't think that's the correct shade either. Well, I also just have a gray, but this is darker than this gray. This one's going to be way too bright, I think. Maybe we'll stamp in both just to give it a little bit more, not dimension, but interest. And these are all oranges and browns. I think we're going to try those two. See where it leads us. At least we get to use new ink. I don't remember where I had this. I think it was there. And again, maybe I should put my photo this way. Let me know if you guys have ever done a tilted photo. That always intrigues me. You know, if people have tried other like design concepts. Like I said, I have done one before, but not this steep of an angle. So I usually take the 6x6s I'm about to use on the pattern and use those as my test stamping subjects. Let me grab my block. The stamp looks very dirty. We shall see. Now this is my first time using this Hampton Art dye ink, so let's pray it's not dry. I think I bought these at Tuesday morning. This is acting like a chalk ink, in my opinion. Am I off center? Okay, I'll go back up here. Okay, so there's the color. It's pretty bright. Oh, my camera's blown out, man. You guys can see the color difference. But it's at 0, so whenever it focuses on a face, it gets really, really, like, excited. I definitely don't think this is a bad match. So I think I am going to go ahead and use this one for that. Now I do want to wipe it off before I test the next one. So let me grab my chamois. And I did get a Lawn Fawn stamp chamois, and I really wanted to try it the other day when I was doing a lot of stamping. And for the life of me, I cannot find it. I think I put it in, maybe it's in here. I have to look for it nonetheless. But I have this one from the dollar store. Great, great tips if you don't want to buy a Lawn Fawn stamp chamois and you stamp a lot or do a lot of things that need to be cleaned off. These are the automotive cloths from the Dollar Tree automotive section. It was this big, big cloth that I cut down. It was only $1. If you don't get it wet enough, it will leave fibers. So I will say you do have to make sure it is wet before you start cleaning, but for the most part it works. Now this is my first time using this distress ink as well, so let's hope I'm good at guessing color. Oh, it's so juicy. That's so funny. Okay, now if you guys haven't worked with distress inks before, you might not know that they are the blotchiest to work with. I wish I could do off stamping with these, but simply these ones aren't built for that, because I would like that lighter distressed color, but this is a good match nonetheless, so I am going to use these as my colors. Now I need to pick out what I want to stamp and where. I'm thinking my title can go across this yellow strip here, so it'll be top of the world. This could stay like this. So I have teal and red, and then these are the stamps that I have. Now I have used these plenty of times before, but the only long one that I like is this one. But I wish I might go into my other stamp sets. I don't know if I should. These ones don't really work either. I do have this one. So this one I added in, as you guys saw in some of the other process videos. I plan on stamping this later, probably cutting that out because it's really cute. So I could stamp some of these words. So I could do like Wanderlust, Good Times. But I wish there were more of the words because it's a little repetitive just with the two. So I'm not going to use that, I don't think. Let's go back to my stamps here. There's got to be something. I'm trying to think. I think I have more stamp sets that I'm thinking of, but I believe they're put away into other kits, which is fine because I'll use them there, but I just wish that I had something here to work with. Let me get a stamp set out that's actually in my drawers under my desk here. I think it's called like Borders, or maybe I got rid of that one. I'll just pull out the whole drawer for you guys to see if I can. There we go. So, holidays, hello. I think this one has some stuff. Okay, yeah. This one's a basic gray stamp set. We'll use that. This is my drawer of really old stamps. These are from, I don't know, probably 2014 and earlier. So based on the looks of these, I think I want to use the arrows as the worn lipstick color, only because I know this one will stamp much better for a more detailed shape, which I'm thinking will be this little guy, which I know you guys can't see because there's no backing here, but it's just a little chevron arrow. I think that'll be good. Okay, so I'm going to use these two. Now for placement, we're going to start with little red guy here. I don't know which way I want the arrows to point. I'm thinking upwards. That just seems like the general direction they should go. And I also don't know about pairing them next to this red. So maybe I should do the blue down here. And then the red up here. We'll do that. If anything, I can always, cry about it later. So if you ever have striped papers, that's always a good indicator that you can fill in some of the gaps with stamping. Definitely a fun idea if you haven't tried it yet. So what did I say up here? I should move this closer to me before I get too crazy. And I'm going to keep the yellow ones where they are. Instead of stamping in yellow, I'll just have these ribbon strips, acting as my base. Okay, I kind of like that they look blotchy, only because that's sort of the distressed background that I'm working with anyway. And I think I'm going to get it so they're perfectly even, but don't be afraid to stamp off so that the design seems like it continues. So I'm going to add a little bit more to this end here. And then make sure you always have scratch paper down. It looks like it was part of this. It was meant to be there. That's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. That it looks good. Just cleaning off my stamps again. Now I hope you guys are using some of your stamps this month. I know a lot of us are busy with the end of summer. So I don't blame you if you haven't been to your scrap room in a while. I'll be taking a break upcoming when I have a business trip. Where did I just put that little stamp? Oh, it's right here. I'm going to test this one just to make sure it doesn't pick up some of the black ink that's residued on there. Maybe I'll even stamp the title. I think I want dimension for my title though, so I don't think I want to stamp it on this one. But I know I want to try to stamp a title this month sometime before I get too bogged down with other things going on, other collabs and such. I don't really like these Hampton Art inks. I mean, they're great colors. It gets everywhere. I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong or what. Okay, so this one's going to be the teal one. And you can also stamp where it'd be covered up. So say I wanted to do a stamp laying down here, definitely could do it. I would continue under the photo just in case I changed my mind, because it's sometimes hard to go back and fix things if you don't do it that way the first time. And I'm going to be a little bit off screen for this, so let me move this up. Again, I'm going to tuck my scrap paper under. And always try to do your background stamping before you add dimensional items, because if this hit the ribbon where there's extra ink on the block, it could stain the ribbon, for example. I'm going to space, no, I'm going to try to keep going. I was originally going to space them out, but I think I want it to be continuous so it looks more, you know, with the style of the paper. And that it might have been there before. Now your stamping doesn't have to blend in with the background. You could definitely introduce a black into this, again, to add more contrast. You could do words in between your stripes, all sorts of things. And if you guys would like more like lessons about stamping, let me know. I've definitely been experimenting with my stamping lately, especially this month, since stamping's my guide for my How to Kill a Style kit. And I am pushing down a little bit too hard on some of these, and I think it's because I misplaced it on my block off to the left-hand side. So don't do that if you're stamping. This is 100% not straight, but that's okay. And I can always cover up some of this too later on. Okay, so I'm gonna have to bring this back in. Tuck it under there. There we go. And that one turned out really bad. Oh, it picked up a fiber. So we're gonna have to pick that up somehow. There we go. And then again, I'm just gonna wipe off my block with my wet sponge cloth. I think that ink acts like a chalk ink. I definitely like the color though. This is the second time I think I've used one of the Hampton Art inks at least, and then so far so good. And if you do make a kit that does have stamps in it and you're finding that you're not using your stamps but you do want a stamp, try looking and switching them out. Sometimes you just need something fresh. So like I brought this one in to use for a little bit. So let's see what else we can do here. So this will go down here. I think I should attach these now with at least washi tape. I'll go back in probably after this video and add some glue dots underneath. I don't usually use glue dots, but now that I have some, I'm trying to use some of them up. So let me grab a washi tape. Here is my selection. Oh, it's off camera. Well, pretend you can see my selection. I usually pick one that I haven't used in a while. That way I'm using them, even if it's not the pretty side, you know, facing. I'm going to use this purple one. I really like these ones from Scotch. I bought these on clearance at Target once, and they're like masking tape washi tapes, so they're like more durable than the other ones. So I really like using these as attachment materials. So there's that. Do you guys remember, I think it was pretty recently, someone released, I don't know what company, it also might be old and I just saw it in a video and thought it was new. Someone released like a little flat iron, but it was to iron your ribbon. Do you guys remember that? I always wanted that back in the day when you could use ribbon, or when everyone did use ribbon rather, because that was a huge problem for the ribbon that started coming on cards instead of rolls, or even the rolled ones would act funny, especially on cards when you put them on greeting cards. But the ones that come on cards, like the one I'm using today, came on a card. I find them very annoying sometimes when they have those bumps in the designs or the patterns. At least this one's a trim, so it's a little bit more malleable than some ribbons are. That might just be my personal opinion. I'm trying to keep these on straight, and like I said, I will add some, I'm gonna move this one. I'm gonna add some glue dots under it, or liquid maybe adhesive afterwards. I also feel bad that I'm not using this side of the paper because I really like this side, but this side spoke to me today, so I picked it out. And it's really nice having a kit that doesn't have the 12 by 12 papers in it, at least for me, because it still gives me that creative process moment at the beginning, but then the rest of the stuff sort of decided for me, so it makes the layout go by faster. But that could also just be a me thing. I really enjoy mixing and matching patterns. So making kits is fun, but so is picking them out in the moment once you know what your photo is going to be, because I often struggle with that. So then there's this one down the middle. Was this where I was supposed to put it, or was I supposed to put it here? Oh no, because my photo went here. I'm really happy with that stamping. This color is not turning out great. I will say it's much more of like a raspberry color than like the burnt orange that I needed. So maybe I should have checked out my orange ones. But that's okay. Like I said, I will fix these later to be more adhered. So let's see if we can work with these and do some layering, or if I need to revisit my color wheel. I'm gonna put my stamps away. I do think I'll come back to some of them later for some final touches, but for now let's do this. And so at the top of the world, tower, whatever you want to call it, there is actually a museum sort of section about the survivors of 9/11. It was very, very beautiful, very, very touching, and it's not too much where it was overwhelming, you know, overwhelmingly sad, or, you know, it is sad, but it's not. It was just beautiful the way that they did it. So if you're ever in Baltimore, I highly recommend checking it out. We got a Groupon for it so we could get a discount on the tickets because I think it was pretty expensive otherwise. And it is just like a walk around. There's nothing else to it. So you go up to the whatever floor and then you walk around. But it's still very beautiful. I'd recommend going if you have not. It's really fun to be mixing these patterns and stuff and collections with each other, because if you think about the Goldenrod collection, it's very, you know, outdoorsy, and the Emerson Lane collection's got this vintage vibe to it, which now that I look at this paper, you won't be able to see any of the letters or the design at all. But I really like that it kind of matches this gray, so I'm going to use it. I definitely could have cut out these letters and used part of them as my title. Totally cool, could have done that. Not going to, but good idea. But I am going to glue that like that. Now I'm not sure I want to use the other 12 by 12 that I pulled out. I have a hard time cutting in 12 by 12 papers, especially for photo mats. Like if I was just going to use this much of it, it just seems like pointless to me personally. But that's just a me thing. I could also cut out this piece and do like a strip across, which I've done on previous layouts, but I think I'm going to leave it as is. Not going to cut into this. Because I do not want to. So let's see, what else could we do? We need to figure out our title, what we're going to put there. We need to look at embellishments. So let's start with that. Let's go to our embellishments. I'm going to start with ones that I haven't been using lately. Like these colors work really well because guess what? It's the same collection. I knew I had some of this collection in my embellishment kit, but I didn't know if I would be using it. I like this one that says I love a good story. When it comes to designs like this, so this was a diagonal stripe, let that determine your design. It's very easy to just, you know, try to go against the flow, or by accident perhaps, but really recommend trying to go with the flow if you can. So I don't think the flowers or these squiggly things are very appropriate for this page. The not easy but worth it is something I want to put, but it doesn't really apply to the museum section. So I'm just going to use those ones, I think. I did have another, oh, here they are. I kind of like this cluster. My camera stopped there for a moment, so I'm not sure if that got cut off, but I'm looking at these ones again from the same collection, so maybe I could tuck this in somehow. Even just there would be good. Oops. I think I'm going to take this off the back of it. I don't want it. It's not going to come off, so I guess we're going to leave it. I wanted to tuck it in like this, because I like that it brings in this darker teal. I'm also wondering if I should build out a cluster up there. Put that down. We've got these wood pieces. I don't really want to bring those in. And I do have one more thing from Pink Fresh Studio. These are from Simple and Sweet collection. These are very happy, 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 which I don't really want. You command attention is weird. You feel like sunshine's cute, you have a good heart. Yeah, none of those really work this time around. I have these, but I don't think I'll be able to use any of these either. Anyway, the Reset Girl. Not sure I want to use any of those. Let's see if we can figure out some tabs to use. These are just a different feeling than the layout I'm working on, so I don't think I'm going to use those. Let me go for the big stickers. Keep looking at little stuff. Let's look at the big ones. Okay, maybe there's a strip here we can use. I'm kind of eyeing this polka dot one. I haven't used any of these yet in my kit, so I want to see if I can. There's only 3 pages, but they're very delicate. None of these. Maybe this one. But I don't like that it's a vertical stripe. I think I want to use this one, but again, it's not a perfect match, and I'd have to go like here, and I think it's going to be too thick. Let me just grab a little piece of it here. Try to peel it up so I can see. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be too thick for all those spots, which I definitely could cut it, but I'm not the best at that sort of stuff. Now I could layer it here, but now that I look at it, no, I kind of do like that. Let's try it. Look at that spiral. I'm thinking right under the photo, on top of the gray section. And these aren't 12 by 12, so it's nice to use it here because then it'll actually, oh, okay, maybe it won't. Okay, it almost reached, but the color is pretty on point, so. Now it looks like it covers up a little bit of my stamping, but not really. It adds a nice color to everything, so I like that. Okay, so that's down. That's fun. Finally use one of those. One Canoe 2 stickers. This yellow, this moment looks really nice. Let me try to clean that out. It's 100% the wrong yellow. It's more of a green color in this specific tone. We got little hearts I could use. Sun-kissed. Better together would work, but again, I already have a title in mind. So no, these are definitely the wrong color scheme. Let's see what Heidi's got in store here. I don't know if I necessarily want to introduce a gold foil, because I always feel like I have to supplement it to make sure it fits the scheme of things. Now there's this burnt orange that works really well, so I'll pull that in. I guess it doesn't match as much as I thought it did, but I'm not mad at it, so we'll keep it. As for the rest of these, not really feeling it. Again, this is kind of crazy. Now we do have these guys here. So these are a little bit brighter than I think I need for these. Again, don't want to introduce the black, but I could have. So those are a little too bright. So let's move on to the sticker book, which I somehow buried in all of this mess. We'll see what we've got in store with Jen Hatfield, shall we? Okay, so there's some nice dark teal pieces here. Happy Day, Speak Truth, Be Bold. Let's see if those match, because they don't look as teal as I need them to be. They look very navy to me. Yeah, that's too gray. If that makes sense. So none of those really match. So that makes me believe that pretty much the rest of it won't match. That's okay. Sometimes your kits don't exactly match every color scheme that you'll create. And that's okay. Sometimes you can reach outside the box. It's okay to break kit rules for the sake of using supplies. So, oh, back it up. This yellow matches beautifully. So we're pulling it out. I've used one of these before already, this one, so I think I'm just tucking it in right there. So it just says hello. I don't really, this gather works nicely as well. Don't need that. Wait, was there a teal? Is that teal or navy? This is a navy color. Definitely not the same color. Close though. Definitely could have used it if I wanted to. So it's looking like the end of the row for this. So at least I used one. I wish you guys could see the full pile of stickers off to the side here because it's crazy. So the rest of this is pretty much stamped stencils. And then I have the die cuts here. Now I'm almost positive I don't want to use any of these die cuts. Too summary for this page. So I think we're going to move on to the title and pick out something for that. I'm wondering if I have like a bunch of ones in the front that definitely need to be used up. So I look for things like the word of could possibly be made use, like could use these letters because I have a Q and an F. So I could put of, you know, top of the, ideally it'd be two. So top and world would match, and then oven that would match, but I don't have enough letters for that. So let's see what else we've got here. I might have an alphabet that matches this collection, now that I think about it. Look at that. I forgot I even had these, to be honest. Usually I get rid of alphabets like this because I hate multicolored alphabets. They're the bane of my existence. I like my titles to match. So let's see what we can do with this. I'd really like to use this dark teal, so T-O-P. Good. Then oven should be the same color, so, and I just realized these are so misprinted. Let me peel them off. Oh no, I guess they're fine. Just the lines really screw up my eyeballs. They're fine. So then we could do this orange color, maybe? So we did top with teal, O, F, T, H, E, perfect. And then world can't be dark teal, so we'll make it this light color. We can't make it that either. It's got to be dark teal. So let's change top to the light blue. See, this is why I hate alphabets like this. And I don't have a P in that color. Maybe we should do yellow. Would that be weird? It's not terrible. So I actually have two T's in this color. I already forgot everything that I said I was going to do. So of and the should be the same color. And top and world should be the same color, but they can't because I need two O's. There's only one of each color of every O. So top and world need to be different colors. So of and the should be the subtlest colors. So I'm thinking yellow. That would be the subtlest. I'm just going to peel them off because it makes my life easier. Now I also don't know if this will fit. I'm just kind of assuming it will. I don't hate this font. It matches the color beautifully, so even though I hate multicolored alphas, I'm going to use them. And pretend this is centered. Oh, there's no H in that color. Okay, raise your hand if you hate multicolored alphabets. Okay, so that's going to be a different color. Needs to match the H. I'll do this orange. Top of the. Okay, now I kind of want world to be the dark navy, teal color. Don't know what top's going to be. It can fend for itself once we figure out all these other letters. I guess they're all going to be different though. R, L. Okay, they're all in. Make sure they're all in teal before you go too crazy. And I might have to move this around. It's going to fit because I need it to fit. I guess I could always take out of and make that out a different alphabet altogether. Top. Okay, top could be this light blue. No, it can't. Top can be red. Why did they do this to me? should have used my thicker alignments tool today. Would have been a good day to try that out. Okay, there. Letters are settled. Man, that was annoying. Again, don't like multicolored alphabets. So I'm going to have to move all of these over quite a bit to get them all to fit. Top. And luckily the different colors help differentiate between the different letters, or different words I mean, so that helps a bit with the spacing issue. It's a lot. So even I can leave little space between the words and it'll be okay. Top of the... These are also very hard to peel up. I don't know if it's because I don't have like much nails or... Also, I know these aren't perfectly centered within the yellow box, but I kind of want them resting on a line so that the eye doesn't think that they're not straight, because this proves that they are straight. Okay, this one I can space out a little bit better. Okay, we're going to pretend that all of that was super easy. I really like how that's turning out. I think all this still needs to be glued down. I'm going to glue this down. Thought about adding a doily. We don't need a doily. We don't need it. I'm going to grab my ATG gun, which is now under the sticker pile. And I just launched my ribbon everywhere, but that's okay. We'll get that later. And then this, I guess I'll add adhesive to. I don't really know. And it's going to slide in here, maybe, if I can. I'm going to move this in just a little bit. Just so it fits snug as a rug. Snug as a bug in a rug, as it goes. I kind of like this because it does add a bit of dimension. It's going to cut off the XOXO, but it needs to fit, so it's okay. That adhesive to both sides. Maybe I should put it over here. There we go. Okay. Now, pretty simple layout, I'm not going to lie. Could add a little bit more stamping. Kind of thinking about it. Kind of don't know if I want to. I think it looks pretty good right now the way it is. The journaling could go in strips over here. That would fill up a lot of space. I think I'm happy with it. I kind of want to add enamel dots, but I'm not exactly sure I have any that match. Well, these ones kind of do. Just the teal on this one does. Let's see if we can find anything else. I have a lot of Christmas enamel dots. Do these ones match better? This is green. I don't have any green. Why did I pull out green ones? Jeez. Let's see. Got red. Don't need red. That's not right. There's some Pinterest Studio ones from Simple and Sweet. None of these match. Not even that one. They're yellow. Oh, one more set. Holiday Vibes. I think all I have is these ones, these three little ones, so just use a couple here and there. Just add a little bit of something to each of the little clusters, if you want to even call them that. At least I used up that color. I might be able to find some more. Actually, these pink ones, these like peachy pink ones, could work since they're a deviation of the like burnt salmon color here. So I'm going to add one of these to each of these areas. There. I'll call that done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here is the finished layout. Let's look up close to see. Curse these blinds. You'll have to apologize, or I have to apologize for that. But Top of the World rainbow title. Hate doing that. And I will glue these down. But you could also supplement those for more stamping if you wish. Again, the camera's blowing out all of the colors, but you can kind of see that cluster there. Pre-made cluster thanks to that sticker. and then a little cluster down here, and then my stamping also. But that's it for this layout, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the real-time process video, and I'll have the blog post linked down below so you guys can check that out if you want to see the pictures of it. Or maybe I'll just put the pictures in down below. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!